I have also created a new Instagram page on my website. You'll be able to follow me on my Instagram at She's Called Envy. Today I am going to be talking about buy now, regret later, because I think, especially for me personally, no one really is interested in luxury fashion anymore, or they're not really interested in buying or purchasing drip, or if they do have any luxury items or goods, or they happen to be wearing drip every single day, this is something that they no longer are interested in this current climate at the moment, with the cost of living and also with the rise of daylight street thefts and muggings and robberies. It seems like as if people, either they once did opt for a maximalist kind of look with logos head to toe, or they are now opting for a more minimalist type of a dress. But it got me thinking that, are people actually interested in luxury fashion, and are they interested in taking their designer goods and wearing it out in public?
I'll continue, because in this article it also says the moment that they read the headline that the influencer had her £10,000 Birkin handbag stolen while shopping for designer clothes. Nothing is more vulgar than the culture of using designer items and showing them off to the public as a yardstick or a measure of success. It's not worth the best part of the annual rent. It just seems like the information in the article and the arguments are not really well developed.
So I just want to go into some very interesting statistics, and I do think this is something which is really important to talk about, because out of 2,000 people who were interviewed in March 2003, from a group of 2,000 people aged between 16 to 34, 62% of individuals within this demographic had spent money on designer items and designer clothes specifically in the last 6 months. 58% had bought expensive trainers in the previous 6 months. And 20%, which is 1 out of 5 individuals within this particular group who were surveyed, had taken out credit to purchase luxury items. 1 in 10 of the 2,000 people who were interviewed were using credit on a weekly basis to maintain this particular flashy lifestyle. And 30% of people surveyed within this group had missed a credit card payment. Despite the context of a cost of living crisis, half of young people are in debt. A third, 30%, have less than £100 in savings, and 1 out of 7 have no savings whatsoever. 58% of this group also feel very stressed and anxious about their financial circumstances. This survey was carried out by Claro, which is a digital finance coach. And just to disclose, this is not an advert. I'm not being sponsored by this particular company. So I have written a blog previously talking about the steady escalation of prices of Chanel's flat bags and the global markets, and consumers being far more discerning and having a platform where they are expressing their dissatisfaction of their purchases, and noting that declining quality and craftsmanship seems to be a reoccurring theme.
Why is my Van Cleef bracelet still tarnished? Like, Van Cleef, you're like a huge luxury brand and you should stand behind all your pieces. If it tarnishes, you should fix it.
Reflection in it.
And by the way, I was being very patient with Van Cleef. I feel like I literally was waiting 4 months for them to help me try to fix this. And now that it came back from the boutique, you know, being professionally polished, now that it came back and now they're telling me that there's nothing wrong with it and how like she can't see it, now I feel like I have to speak up about it. So the manager gave me 2 options. Either I pay $180 for me to ship this bracelet back to New York City to get it professionally polished, which, why would I do that? Because it just came back professionally polished and it looks like this. Or the second option was I could pay out of pocket to get this motif replaced. Do not stand behind their pieces. They will not fix their products even if it starts tarnishing within 2 months. And for it to be Van Cleef, which is a huge luxury store, I just expected a lot more better customer service, a lot better craftsmanship than this. It still came back looking tarnished. And also the manager just making me feel like I couldn't see it made it even worse. Like, that just topped it off. And I have a question for you. If this happened to you and if this was your bracelet and you had those 2 options, either pay to get it polished or pay to replace the motif, what would you do? Let me de-influence you and tell you not to purchase anything from Van Cleef.